Hi, I'm Natalie Bolt. I'm an actor and director. You might recognize me from the TV series Riverdale. What you may not know is that I was born in Africa, in South Africa, during one of the worst chapters of human rights history. And when the apartheid government finally fell, it became glaringly obvious to me that besides all the other horrific atrocities during that time, one of the worst things you can do is to deny someone an education. It also became clear to me that even when an education is available, it's often the girls that are overlooked. They're expected to stay home to look after the household or do menial jobs that never allow them to fulfill their potential. So it's with the greatest of pleasure that I am offering my support tonight to be part of your evening and your host of the cocktail reception for the One Girl Can's Be in Kenya Virtual Gala. Thank you for joining us. We have some very special guests tonight from Florida Kana Rum to help make a delicious and themed welcome cocktail. I do love myself a good cocktail. Once we all have a drink in our hands, we're going to mingle and network while hearing more about the work that One Girl Can does. So please stick around and join our Be in Kenya networking rooms hosted by One Girl Can founder Lottie Davis, One Girl Can champion and leadership coach Jen Murtaugh, and wealth advisor and One Girl Can board member Jackie Lovelock. Or just stick around on this broadcast, which will automatically transition you to the gala event in 30 minutes. Don't forget the silent auction is open. If you haven't done so already, please head to the Be in Kenya auction website. Thanks to the generous contributions of many amazing organizations, we have nearly 200 items for you to bid on tonight. And don't forget, every dollar raised tonight will go towards ensuring that every woman has a right to a dignified living. And in turn, we will begin to impact gender imbalance. Now, join me in getting things started with a cocktail. So I have some special guests joining me this evening. Please welcome specialist and Florida Kana brand ambassador, Christopher Mosey. And who have you brought with you tonight, Chris?
Well, today I've brought a very special guest on my own. We've got Virginia Gannett from the Kiefer Bar. Actually, the Kiefer Bar is one of Jughead's favorite bar from your hit show. And it's based right in downtown Vancouver. Yeah, so if you ever came in feeling a little wobbly, Virginia's to blame. But she's going to make a delicious cocktail for us today using Florida Kana rum. So we call it the Florida Kana Raspberry Rum Spritz.
Did you just make that up?
Yeah, if you think that name's a mouthful, wait till you try it. It's just a beautiful little cocktail. And we've actually used an acid blend of citric acid, lactic acid, and a little bit of tartaric acid as well, just to give this luscious mouthfeel.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And that is eco-conscious because we haven't had to use lime juice. We haven't had to bring in a lime, which can be quite taxing on the environment. They have a high carbon footprint to bring in limes, and they don't last a long time either. For anybody making this at home who doesn't have the acidified raspberry cordial, they could just add 1 ounce of raspberry syrup and half an ounce of lime juice to get a similar cocktail. But I really like what me and Virginia have came up with here today. The raspberry flavors play beautifully on the vanilla that we find in the Florida Kana 7. All of our flavor comes from oak barrels. We don't add any additional ingredients. We don't add any sugars, any caramels, anything. All of that wonderful color you see in the Florida Kana 7 comes from barrels. And when you age things in barrels, you get these wonderful vanilla notes. And raspberry and vanilla, oh, who doesn't love that? Do you remember that as a kid, having like raspberry on your ice cream? It's kind of like that in a glass. It's delicious. And for our VIP guests who have the Florida Kana 12, I would suggest enjoying that on the rocks and just seeing how that extra little bit of age really develops a rum. The Florida Kana 7 is beautiful for this cocktail. Then go away, have a little bit of the 12 just on the rocks and just see what nothing but time in the Nicaraguan heat can do to a product. Sustainability is at the heart of everything that we do. We are actually fair trade and carbon neutral certified. And to have such a wonderful rum that's critically acclaimed, we actually just won double gold in San Francisco 2 weeks ago. To have that balance between something that's a great quality product and sustainable is very rare in the spirits world.
And so you were telling me that you are carbon neutral for a couple of reasons. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so to be classified as carbon neutral, it's a hard endeavor. You have to offset and reduce your carbon emissions, and we offset by working with groups like One Tree Planted. Yeah, we plant 50,000 trees a year, and that's to offset our carbon emissions. But we also reduce, we capture all of our CO2. We also use homegrown biofuel for all of our electricity needs. So when we harvest our sugar cane, we run it through a mill, we collect the juice, and that turns into this beautiful rum, but we're left with fibers as well, this bagasse, and those fibers power our entire facility.
And you were saying you actually have so much energy left over that you send it back into the community?
We have, so every year we have a harvest season, and we harvest so much sugarcane, right? So we've got a lot of this biofuel. So we actually use it all, and we create a surplus of electricity. And we take that surplus of electricity, it goes to the government of Nicaragua, and for those few weeks during our harvest season, 7% of all of Nicaragua's power comes from Flor de Caña's distillery. The country literally runs off rum.
Well, that is the first time I've actually heard anything like that regarding alcohol, and why not, right? So Flor de Caña rum is setting a gold standard, literally gold standard, and I hope other alcohol brands pick this up and run with it. So this recipe that we're making here, can you tell me a little bit about this? Why did you choose this one?
Absolutely. Right? So Flor de Caña is a very light-bodied rum. It's got a wonderfully dry finish. We don't add any sugars, any caramels, any artificial ingredients to our rum. We just age it in ex-bourbon barrels. That's it. So raspberry and bourbon and those vanilla notes that we're going to get from the oak, it just seemed like a great match. So we've actually created a sustainable raspberry syrup, taken fresh raspberries, freeze-dried raspberries that we've actually pulverized to give it that color and consistency. And we've also introduced an acid blend of tartaric, malic, and citric acid just to help balance it out. And that stops us having to rely on limes, lemons, which can be very expensive, go off quickly, and have a huge carbon footprint.
So that's why you use a dehydrated lime?
Sometimes? Yeah, in the kits that people have at home, they have a dehydrated lime.
Right, okay, because you'll be getting that kit, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And that dehydrated lime will outlive the Sphinx. Right? It's going to stick around for a long time, yeah.
All right, so I've seen Virginia put in that beautiful, bright raspberry syrup and obviously our rum. Now, what is the soda that she's putting in? I see she's also got fresh mint. Oh, yeah. So we've really made this as easy as possible to achieve at home. We've got raspberry syrup there, which is pre-measured out for you, 1 ounces. Flor de Caña rum, 7-year. We've added 2 ounces of that to the cocktail. And then we've just topped it up with soda. And we're taking a little bit of liberty with our garnishes here, like going all out, because this is for TV after all. You know, so we're using mint, lime, and raspberries to garnish with today. But our VIP guests actually have dehydrated lime, which is very sustainable, and it'll last a long time. And what happens if at home I screw up the steps and I put one ingredient in before the other? Does it turn out differently? We've made this, for lack of a better word, idiot-proof. Right? So you can drink a couple of these, and then you can go on and make a few, even when you're feeling a little bit loosey-goosey. Even when you are an idiot. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we've got everything's pre-measured out. We've got 1 ounce of the acidified raspberry syrup. We've got 2 ounce little bottles of the Flor de Caña. You just got to add them and add some soda. Give it a little stir, and you're good to go. Okay. All right, so let's grab one of these. Oh, yeah. There we go. Thank you. Cheers, Chris. Yeah, cheers. Can't wait. Salud. Thank you. Thanks, Virginia. Okay, I'm going to do what you do. Ah, there it is. And it's a sustainable straw. I love this. It is. It's a sugarcane straw. What? Yeah. Oh. So many yums. Absolutely delicious. Now I have to carry on talking. And well, what I really like about this is I love citrus. You've always got me if you've got citrus in it. Raspberries are fantastic. The color's so appealing. It's just like a holiday in your mouth. Yeah. And we were just saying, wouldn't you love to be here? One day we will be able to travel again. Yeah, absolutely.
I can't wait to go back for some business meetings in Nicaragua.
Yeah, your job must really suck. So it was simple enough to make, and it'll be easy enough at home. And so everybody, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and thank you for walking us through this cocktail, both of you. So this is absolutely delicious, and thank you everybody for joining us to have this cocktail. And of course you will want to prepare your own. So coming up are all the steps that you will want to get your device for to take a screenshot. So as I take another sip, get ready and go. Well, now that we have a drink in our hands, it's time to get down to business. Many of us know that One Girl Can is doing some really impactful work, but we've never had the chance to really dig into how it goes about accomplishing this work or why it chose Kenya. Tonight, we have an exclusive opportunity to really learn more, plus share a drink with some fellow guests and get to know a few people before the show starts. To participate is very, very simple. In a short moment, go back to the lobby page of this broadcast and click on the Network Room banner. That link will take you directly into the first room. Please turn your camera on for optimal participation. We have 3 remarkable women leading 3 distinctly different topics. You'll have 10 minutes in each room, and you'll be automatically switched into the next session when the time is up. All you need to do is click, listen, chat, and of course, sip your cocktail. Let's learn more about the hosts and topics. First, One Girl Can founder and CEO Lottie Davis will share with us why she chose Kenya and why our work in Africa matters. Especially when there's so much need everywhere right now, why should we invest in other countries? Next, One Girl Can champion and certified leadership coach Jen Mota will speak about the resiliency and positivity of young African women. Having joined the One Girl Can team on a visit to the schools in Kenya, she knows firsthand the incredible accomplishments of these strong African women. And finally, Jackie Lovelock is a wealth advisor for TD and One Girl Can board member. Jackie will walk us through One Girl Can's sustainable model and discuss how this holistic model prepares each student in the program for success, as well as discuss how we can ensure our money is making a real impact. Well, I think we're ready to begin. Please head back to the lobby now and click on the Networking Room banner. Enjoy.
I grew up in Kibera, the biggest slum in Nairobi. You smell Kibera even before you see it. School was my favorite place because I could dream about becoming a lawyer or even a university professor one day. My parents couldn't afford the school fees and I was often sent home till they could pay them. I didn't know what the world looked like outside of Kibera. I didn't know that garbage wasn't supposed to be thrown in the streets. I thought everyone was poor and often went to bed on empty stomachs. Even though we were poor, my mom always believed in me and that I would achieve my dreams. She always said, "You may live in the slums, but the slums don't live in you." I want to help girls believe that anything is possible. I want to help girls find their voice, to feel confident and smart. I want them to know that they deserve to be respected. I want them to know they can be leaders. I want change. I want to help other girls have the same opportunities that one girl can give to me.
I want to be a successful aeronautical engineer. Once I realized I had the scholarship, I just knew that this is my time to shine. I can do everything I wanted to do. If one girl didn't exist, the world will miss out on women more than they are right now. They will miss out on greatness. They will miss out on a lot of lights that are being lit by one girl can.
The girls in Kenya are very bright. What limits them is that they don't have the money, and if they don't have the money to join schools, their potential dies immediately. I know my potential, I know what I want to go for in life. Nothing is going to limit me. I'm going to go for what I believe in. And because I am sponsored, I know how it feels, the joy it feels to be sponsored. After that, I'm going to sponsor many other girls, and together we're going to make the world bright.
I'll never forget how I met Kathy, completely by chance. I'd been working in Africa for 5 years and had just started our scholarship program. We had 2 girls in university already, and I was coming back to Nairobi after visiting them when I became ill and had to stay in a hotel for a few days. One of their employees, Bernard, made it his mission to take care of me. He told me about his eldest daughter, how bright she was, and how he'd wished he could send her to university.
In the course of having a conversation, I shared with her that maybe I'm not able to finance her education at the university.
He had no idea what kind of work I was doing in Africa and was quite surprised when I gave him my business card and asked him to have Kathy contact me. 2 weeks later, she sent me her application, and I was blown away. Kathy was a straight A student and wanted to be a civil engineer.
Catherine as a person is very genuine. She's very focused, and she's a leader. She really loved her books. She used to study a lot without any push or shove. She would do her stuff alone, and she never failed in her exams. She was always the first one in their class.
I didn't yet know how, but there was no question I was going to find the funds to make this happen.
Someone believes in me somewhere in the world. That's why I'm in One Girl Can. Whenever I say I'm a civil engineer, they are so shocked. You're a girl and you're doing engineering. I'm like, yes. I mean, that doesn't mean anything. You don't see many girls out there in the field doing this site work. You don't see women out there doing survey work. Someone somewhere has decided that there are certain careers that we as women in this country, in this continent, can practice in, and some that we shouldn't because we are women. The reason why I went into construction, into civil engineering, is because I feel I need to change the world. I feel I need to influence the world. I need to change how my country looks like. I believe that there's so much importance in providing a decent living for every human being in the world. Someone once said, education is replacing an empty mind with a mind that is ready to take up information and bring out new things. And it's possible for us as young women to do it because we can see other women who've gone before us.
I always tell Kathy that she's going to go far. I tell her, you know what, you're going to make it, and she's going to make it further.
It encourages me that One Girl Can has taken up this mantle to make sure that we are educated as girls here in Africa. And they're doing something that will change everything. Lottie meeting my dad was it happening so fast, and in the way it did, it shocked me completely.
Sometimes when you feel like you are at the edge of everything, somebody will show up and maybe lift you.
But now where I am is not where I was 5 years ago. I feel empowered, I feel stronger, and I feel like I can change the world. Once we have the power of education, it's an endless possibility. You can make an impact and you can live a better world than you found. So education is it.
My name is Millicent Mudeu. Born and raised in Kibera slums. After my third year I got a chance to intern at a radio station, and it has been amazing. As a journalist, I love the sound of my voice, not how it sounds per se, but what it does. I love the fact that I've been able to tell people what they can become because I have been given that platform.
My name is Mackenzie Davis, and my mother started One Girl Can, so I've been involved with it for over 10 years now. But I really wanted to take a more active role and to gain a more comprehensive understanding of the work they do. So last year, I joined the team on their trip to visit all the One Girl Can scholarship students throughout Kenya. It was an incredible education for me, largely because I was able to experience the entirety of the One Girl Can concept at work, from visiting new science labs and dormitories they'd built, to working with the headmistresses and discussing what support they needed most, to connecting with the girls one-on-one at their schools, and finally culminating with the University Student Conference, where we participated in workshops on financial planning and goal setting and building entrepreneurial skills. I've known many of these girls for years now, and I could chart the change in them. I saw them grow from shy little girls from before they went to school into these gregarious and confident and opinionated women by the time we met them again in university. It was such immediate proof of the effect that education and support in a community of invested women can have on one girl's life. Now more than ever, I think we need to focus on supporting the ingenuity and ambition of women across the global South to elevate their voices in their communities and beyond. Through education and mentorship, I am committed to helping these brilliant, ambitious girls shape their future and change the world.
My mom's family did not believe in education. Was saying that we're trying to do something that has never been done in that family.
It is difficult for girls in Kenya to get education because most of them lack funds, and then the parents back at the village think that educating a girl is useless because at the end of it they'll get married.
In Kibera, there's a lot of struggles. I could hear my mom once in a while talk to her friends, and I would sneak in and listen, her telling them she wanted to become a journalist. Yeah, but she couldn't make it because they preferred her brothers. If you don't get an education as a Kenyan girl, you're reduced to house chores. You're reduced to prostitution, drug addiction, pregnancies that were unexpected. It's a vicious cycle of poverty. So to grow out of that is impossible if you don't have role models or if you don't have hope.
They say I'm small in size to be here, and others are like, you should go to primary, you should repeat studies again. But I've always believed that no dream is too big and no dreamer is too small.
One thing that has helped me to overcome the negativity in our family is my sister, because she believed in me. She knew that I had the ability.
I used to tell my sisters, you know what, one day we are going to shine. These 5 girls, that's my mom and my 3 sisters, we are going to shine. And we are going to show the world that, you know what, even girls can.
One girl can. I met Irene, and I just like how she drives her own car and all that, how she manages herself, and I really want to become like her. To me, it's important to have mentors because they help you have focus.
After I met Lottie, I still want to become like her because I want to take girls out of the poverty they are and show them that they can. What I would like to say to my mentors is that every day I wake up, I have that urge to work hard because I know somebody somewhere cares about my whereabouts.
I'd say love motivated me. It was a coincidence that the name of the organization that was going to make my dreams come true is One Girl Can, my mom.
So right now I'm at a position to mentor other people too, because at the moment a lot of people tell me they also look up to me. And it also gives me a responsibility to fulfill my dreams, and even those of the people who let theirs die.
All of us are strong. I believe we can all do it. We are the girls, and when we educate a woman, we educate the world.
I love mentoring. So One Girl Can has transformed me as a person. As a journalist, I love the sound of my voice, not how it sounds per se, but what it does. I love the fact that I've been able to tell people what they can become because I have been given that platform. When a girl gets education here in Kenya, the nation changes.
I hope everyone enjoyed the networking rooms, learned something new, and made some great connections. Thank you again to our room hosts, Lottie Davis, Jen Murtaugh, Jackie Lovelock, TD, and of course to our friends at Florida Kana Rum for starting us off with our delicious cocktail this evening. The gala is about to start. Now is the time to top up your glass, grab your dinner, get comfortable on your couch. Please check out the auction page to learn more about tonight's fundraising initiatives and start bidding on those silent auction items. Don't forget, we want to see you guys at home. Please share your pictures online and tag us at One Girl Can Society and hashtag #BeInKenya. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
I want to help other girls have the same opportunities that One Girl Can give to me.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nira Aurora from 94.5 Virgin Radio. You may have heard me with the morning show, Johnny, Holly, and Nira. I've been doing media for over 20 plus years here in Vancouver, whether it be print, television, or of course, radio. Absolutely honored to be your host for One Girl Can's Be in Kenya virtual gala. I do have a motto. My motto is work hard, play hard, give back. I'm a huge believer and advocate for racial justice, female empowerment, and of course, human kindness. So it makes sense that I'm involved with this event this evening and so happy to be with you. Thank you for joining us tonight. You're in for a unique experience, something you won't soon forget that promises to be an unforgettable virtual experience that will transport you to Kenya safely from your home tonight. You will take a virtual walk through the Kibera settlement in Nairobi as you experience a day in the life of our scholarship students. The silent auction is open. If you haven't done so already, please head to the Be in Kenya auction website on your phone, iPad, or laptop. Thanks to the generous contributions of so many amazing organizations, we have almost 200 items for you to bid on tonight. Again, every dollar raised tonight will go towards ensuring that every woman has a right to a meaningful living. And in turn, we will begin to impact gender imbalance. For optimal viewing and to participate in the best way possible, please try screen sharing your broadcast to your TV. Also, remember that to participate in tonight's immersive journey to Kenya, you will need a secondary screen device with you. That can be your cell phone or iPad, but I do recommend the largest secondary screen for best viewing. If you're having any issues receiving our text messages tonight, which will include the links to the exclusive experiences we have planned for you, we will be sharing them with a QR code as well throughout the night. Simply open the camera setting on your phone and point the camera at the QR code on the screen. Well, let's not wait any longer. If you've already finished the amazing Florida Kana cocktail, please pour yourself a glass of wine, settle in, and get comfortable. I'm so pleased to introduce you to my co-host, a woman who needs no real introduction, but the reason we're all gathered here this evening. Please help me welcome the founder of One Girl Can and the creator of tonight's vision, Lottie Davis.
Thanks, Nira, and a huge thank you to all of you who support One Girl Can and are taking the time this evening to learn more about our unique organization. We've tailored tonight's presentation knowing how much time you already spend watching your computer or your TV screen. And we've tried to make it as immersive, entertaining, educational, and emotional as possible, with the fewest long-winded speeches we could manage. We're hoping you'll be as moved as I am every time I'm in Kenya and get an opportunity to hear directly from the girls themselves about the obstacles they face and what we can do to help them bypass these, and how excited they are about a future that they can actually work towards and envision themselves in. Very few non-residents ever get an opportunity to visit one of the informal settlements in Africa that are characterized by poverty and substandard living conditions. We want to take you there tonight, not as a tourist,
but as compassionate human beings, genuinely concerned to learn about the lack of opportunity that exists in the world. Many of the things that we take for granted, having running water coming out of a tap, electricity and a toilet in our homes, are simply not available to people living in many parts of the world. You will hear from 3 young women in our program that live in Kibera and learn firsthand from them the enormous challenges they faced every day just to survive. You'll hear the hope and confidence in their voices now that they have the opportunity to go to school and a chance to one day escape poverty. Tonight, you'll visit their homes and walk with them on their way to school, and you'll wonder how it's even possible for these young women to have such optimism and strength considering the hardships they face every day. And hopefully, after you learn how little it will take to provide opportunity for these girls, you will say, how can I help? One Girl Can has been working in East Africa for 13 years now, and we have expanded our programs and collaborated with many experts to hone our effectiveness. But we take our direction from the young women we support. They inform our strategic path and the decisions that we make every day. One Girl Can cannot be successful until the girls we support are. Our mandate is to ensure that every young woman in our program ultimately earns a meaningful and dignified living and begins to impact gender imbalance on a broader scale. In 2015, when we first began to offer high school and university scholarships, we set an audacious goal to reach 1,000 scholarships by 2025. Today, I believe that we will achieve this goal 4 years ahead of our plan by raising funds for another 60 university scholarships. One Girl Can's 3 brand pillars are we build, we educate, we mentor. Since 2008, we have built or renovated 130 school facilities. Tonight, after only 6 years, we will have been able to provide 375 full-ride university scholarships and 640 high school. That adds up to over 1,000 bright young women educated and prepared to start earning a living. Every year, we mentor and coach 10,000 girls in high school and university through formal workshops and seminars. And we also offer entrepreneurial training and partner with Sauder School of Business to develop and deliver this training in Kenya. We provide vocational training, professional training, and facilitate internships with local businesses in Kenya, all to ensure that our students are highly marketable and can get to work quickly. And all of this is driven by people like you, who have offered their time and their resources to create opportunity for young women. And tonight you'll finally get a glimpse of how important and valuable your support truly is.
Thank you, Lottie. One Girl Can is such a remarkable organization, and I'm personally looking forward to learning more and hearing how we can help. Let's get started by reminding everyone how tonight's immersive journeys will happen. Remember, throughout the night, you will be receiving text messages from us. Simply click on those links and you'll be transported to the streets of Kenya. If you're not receiving our messages or you want to use a different device, open your camera settings and take a photo of the QR codes. We'll have them up on the screen. Our first experience is fast approaching, so be sure to be ready. There is so much happening here tonight for guests. Lottie, what are you expecting people to take away from this evening?
Well, my hope is that by bringing all of you to Kenya, you will see and feel what I experience every time I'm here. That these young women who live in a country so unlike our own and in conditions so different from anything that we've ever faced are in fact no different from our own children. And I hope that you'll come to realize that the dreams and ambitions that we have for our own daughters can be achieved for these girls as well. We have the team and programs to make this happen, but we need you to help scale this effort for thousands more girls.
Well, let's start helping now. We have nearly 200 amazing items to start bidding on right now. Please head to our auction website on your phone or iPad, or visit the TD virtual lobby on this broadcast for a direct link to the auction site. Be sure to check out some of the astonishing items available in the live and almost live sections. A reminder to anyone who hasn't already registered for the live auction, you still can. Please reach out to IT through the chat function located on your screen.
We started Mirabel from the love of the land. We saw this property, and Don and I looked at it and thought, wow, we can develop a vineyard on this beautiful piece of land. And that's what we did. It's another year, and we're just very excited. What we want to create is spectacular, something that people can be proud of when they open up that bottle and say, wow, that's something that we really enjoy, and it's spectacular, and we're proud to be able to sell that. And if it's not that way, then we won't produce the wine that year.
I'd like to make a toast to the stories we will hear tonight, the impact we can all make, and to our friends at Mirabel Vineyards for helping bring us all together. Cheers. And finally, the moment is here. Our journey is about to begin. Grab those phones, click on the link you've just received, or scan the QR code on the screen now. Our official Kenyan welcome ceremony is beginning. Amazing. That was incredible, beautiful, and moving all in one, even just virtually. Lottie, I can't even imagine what that would be like in person.
Well, I've been to Africa 23 times in 12 years, and I've been fortunate enough to visit many different parts of the continent and interact with people from many different tribes. And the common link between all of these experiences is how welcoming people are. Guests are held in the highest esteem in all cultures. And this welcoming ceremony is something I've experienced so often. And every time it gives me chills to be in the midst of this singing and dancing and to be made to feel so appreciated. Africa has an irresistible pull. There's a saying that goes, you go to Africa to see the animals, you fall in love with the culture, but you come back because of the people. And this is so true.
That's beautiful. And well, if you need a reminder why we are here tonight, it's to support these beautiful women who just welcomed us into their community. Join in to listen to their stories, then break out those wallets. Support these incredible women who continue to inspire no matter what comes their way. We may not be physically together, but that doesn't mean we can't share tonight's experiences all together. Be sure to post your pictures tonight and tag us on socials at One Girl Can Society and hashtag #BeInKenya. Don't forget to use the chat function on your screen and talk with your fellow virtual table guests.
And the reason that we've brought you all the way to Kenya to meet some of our students in high school and in university is so that you can get a small glimpse into their reality and to better understand the hardships that they have growing up in poverty and having so little access to education. And at the same time, you'll get a sense of their unshakable determination to change the world they've inherited. Our first goal tonight is to raise $210,000 so that 60 young women who finished at the top of their class in high school can get paired with a sponsor to go to university. And our second goal is to build the first dormitory ever in Kibera, the oldest and biggest informal settlement in Africa, with a population of more than 1 million people. You'll be invited inside the home of one of our high school students and see firsthand why this environment is almost impossible to do homework in. And you'll walk alongside her to school to experience the dangers that she faces every day, walking alone at dawn and dusk to make this round trip. This dormitory will provide bed spaces for 72 high school girls and offer them 3 meals a day, a quiet place to focus on schoolwork, as well as the security and safety a young woman needs living in a volatile environment. Our goal is to raise $200,000 to build this dormitory, and you must stay tuned so that you can watch it go up, brick by brick, bed by bed, in augmented reality as your donations come in.
At KPMG, one of our core values is for better. That means acting boldly and doing what matters by supporting positive change in our communities. Just like One Girl Can, we're committed to furthering sustainable development goals like quality education and reduced inequalities. Beyond our local and internal initiatives like KPMG Families for Literacy, board match programs, fundraising campaigns, and sustainability and mental health initiatives, we are so proud to be supporting One Girl Can for a 7th year in a row. We hope that you'll join us as we build up, mentor, and educate young women in Kenya together.
Well, born and raised in Kibera settlement in Nairobi, Millie has defied all circumstances and overcame every challenge to graduate university this year. Let's hear from her.
My name is Millicent Mudeu, and I am a recent graduate at Multimedia University. It is in Kenya, Nairobi, and I took a bachelor's degree in journalism. I am a resident at Kibera slums. Life out here is really hard if you don't have somebody to guide you. What goes on around here is survival for the fittest. And if you're a woman or a girl, surviving includes getting swayed away into prostitution, drug abuse, early marriages, and lots of other nasty things. I have my age mates. I have those whom I went to school with. They dropped out of school. Some even died because of joining gangs, and they are girls, all because of one thing: they wanted to survive. Everybody wants to live. So we look for all ways and all means to do that. Growing up as a girl was quite challenging. First is believing that actually a woman can. I come from a family where we are 4 girls, and that combination is not a combination of a successful family pact according to society and traditions here in Africa. And even though we are in the 21st century, it is still a problem. I thank God that my parents always made sure that we know that we are worthy of being educated, of being heard, and of being supported. The better part of my university has been made beautiful and really transformative by One Girl Can, because One Girl Can not only helps a student go through their 4 years in campus, but they also mentor. So that has really helped me grow through my 4 years in campus. I really appreciate the fact that they don't just give us a form or a means to an education, but they also show us this is what you do with education, and this is who you talk to, and this is how you talk to these people we have connected you with.
It's remarkable that through the support of a One Girl Can scholarship, Millie was able to complete her degree amidst a pandemic and graduate with honors. Is Millie's story a true representation of the impact that One Girl Can is having?
Well, as you can clearly tell, Millie is an exceptional person with a huge future ahead of her. But she's emblematic of hundreds of exceptional young women who we're honored to support. The deficiency that we're trying to bridge is lack of opportunity. Our students all come from extreme poverty, and without an education, the only life that they'll be able to envision for themselves is 18 hours a day of hard menial labor while having multiple children still in their teens. What young women like Millie have in abundance is not just their innate intelligence and academic ability, but the resilience to overcome impossible hardship and remain optimistic in the face of this. The force of Millie's determination to single-handedly create change for women and put an end to poverty is staggering. It fuels my commitment to keep finding the tools to help her achieve this.
I'm pleased to introduce you to Mackenzie Davis, One Girl Can's ambassador and also Lottie's daughter. Mackenzie has been to East Africa several times with their family, but in 2018, she officially became an ambassador for the organization with her mother. As a well-known actress, Mackenzie has been using her platform to reach more people and to help raise awareness for One Girl Can. She also sponsors a university student and 3 high school students herself, and 18 months ago, personally visited One Girl Can's projects and schools and met all of her students for the first time. She joins us tonight from Toronto, where she's currently filming and has invited a special guest to learn more about One Girl Can, her friend and the co-creator of Schitt's Creek, Dan Levy.
All right. Well, hi, everybody. Dan Levy here, talking to my dear friend, Mackenzie Davis, about something that is, I know, very close to her heart and is now close to mine. So welcome, Mackenzie, to this lovely little chat we're about to have. So I guess my first question to you is, how did you get involved in this?
Well, I got involved because my mother started it, so it was a real streamlined approach for me. No, but her passion for this and her commitment to this project, which is really just trying to achieve some movement towards gender parity, and knowing that education is, the clearest path to get there. This whole cycle of girls that have gone through university and gone through high school and gone through university and have gone through internships and now are employed and now are mentoring other girls in the program. And it's this just this really holistic sort of closed loop of female-driven local support. So that's how I found out about it.
It's pretty incredible to see the growth over the years.
Yeah.
How expansive it's become, and how, now you're able to see the full cycle of someone that goes through the education system and comes out the other side prepared and now employed, which is so crucial.
I mean, another huge argument for supporting girls and women's education, not only on a local level, but on a global level, is that when women work, they invest 90% of their income back into their families and back into their communities, compared to 35% for men. So there is this paying it forward thing that is intrinsic or socialized into women, but ultimately it's a very good thing. And supporting that, I think, is benefiting everybody.
And men should be taking a cue. This is not the first year that we are fundraising virtually, which is startling.
People still came out in droves really last year and supported One Girl Can and supported the building of this school that was just completed in January. That's this really amazing achievement. It's the school in the center of the Kibera slums in Nairobi. And it's a small sort of elementary primary school that we've been visiting for 10 years. And it started out with, I think, 80 students, but it now has 650 students that go there. However, it wasn't built by an engineer. It was built with great intentions and a lot of support, but it wasn't a place that could sustain that many students. So before the pandemic, we broke ground and started building this school, and then through the support of the fundraiser last year, we're able to complete it.
Which then obviously brings me to my next question, which is this year's fundraiser. What are the goals? What are we hoping to achieve this year, considering the tremendous success of last year's fundraiser?
Yeah, I mean, so always we're trying to raise funds to support girls' education, sponsor students through ideally her whole journey. You or a group of people can sort of stick with one girl from high school to university. We're also trying to build a dormitory for this school, for Usharika in Kibera, because it's great to have a place to study, but there's other deterrents to studying than just having a structure in which to do it. And one of those, especially in this neighborhood, is safety, is girls going to school alone early in the morning or at night, and doing so safely and protected. In addition to that, the houses that a lot of these students come from are, multifamily or extended family one-room houses that might be full of, love and support, but also might not have any space or light or time or, a room of one's own to study in.
I mean, people talk about education, but it's also the way in which you are educated, how the way that your life is set up to be educated so that you can be of your clearest mind to receive the information. So that's so crucial. And I guess on that point, what can people be doing right now to help and to make that happen?
Well, I mean, coming to this fundraiser, listening to what we have to say, and then hopefully participating in the auction that's going to follow this segment, where we're going to raise the majority of the funds to build that dormitory. And as always, sponsoring a single girl and following her through her whole educational path.
In terms of a post-secondary education, in terms of a longer-term commitment, what does that do? I mean, outside of the obvious, but what is that providing for the people that you're helping along the way?
I think ending at high school doesn't open a lot of doors, especially in current day Nairobi, that has unbelievably historically high unemployment rates, especially for women. And so One Girl Can, really tries to support and combat that like enormous inequality with supporting them through university, not only with laptops and paying their university funds and giving them living expenses, but also through this yearly university conference that happens for all girls who are enrolled. And they get to meet Kenyan businesswomen, Kenyan academics, other women from, across the continent really who have pursued their own education or started their own businesses and can provide an example of somebody that looks like them that's doing the very thing that they are aiming to do.
I think that's so great. Well, everybody at home, do what you can.
Donate.
Make this happen.
Well,
I certainly will.
Stan?
Listen, anything, to make sure that people have a successful educational career and every opportunity to succeed. That's the greatest thing we can give ourselves, and certainly the greatest thing we can help give other people.
Mackenzie had a memorable and lasting impact on the students that she met in Kenya on her last visit. I routinely meet with 25 to 30 scholarship students in each of our 10 schools when I'm there twice a year, usually in a classroom. But when Mackenzie traveled with us, she suggested that rather than standing in front of the students to have a conversation, why not have them bring their chairs outside and sit under a tree amongst them to encourage more open dialogue? And this is what we did. The theme that year was, what is your power and how will you use it to create change? We were no longer a group of schoolgirls and their sponsors from One Girl Can. We were simply women having an open conversation about the common challenges that we all face in trying to have our voices heard and moving our goals forward.
Giving back has always been important to me. From teaching cerebral palsy kids how to ride horses, to traveling to Haiti after the earthquake, to my involvement with TD's groundbreaking white paper, Women and Philanthropy, which incidentally is how I met Lottie. Lottie was so impressed with the philanthropic work TD was doing that she moved her banking to TD. And I was so impressed with One Girl Can that I jumped in with both feet. TD sponsored the first fundraising event back in 2015, and we're still a sponsor today. I recently joined the board. My husband and I sponsor a girl in high school. Her name is Joy. And not to mention that every year we spend way more money than we plan to on auction items. A few years ago, we were lucky enough to be the successful bidder on one of the African trips. Oh, and it was indeed the journey of a lifetime. At TD, I work with our clients along their philanthropic journey to help them determine how best to give of their time, talent, and treasure to charities and causes that matter to them, and how to do it in a tax-effective manner. Given the opportunity, it would be my honor to help you and your family navigate your philanthropic journey. And if you're interested in learning more about how women give differently than men, I'd be happy to send you a copy of Women in Philanthropy, Time, Talent, and Treasure. My email address is on the banner under my picture on the lobby page, or if you Google my name, you'll find my webpage. Thank you.
Now let's hear more from Millie, the recent university graduate.
I wouldn't be here if I hadn't gone through school. Education gives you exposure. It exposes you to beautiful things, to new worlds. With education, your mind goes like, oh, I'm different. I can do this. So education is like a light. It gives you a form of direction. Being in school made me discover that I can be a leader, both in the school setup and also outside school setup, because it is in secondary school where I first led my fellow students as the school president. If I can be able to mentor 5 girls, those are 5 families, and those are more than 5 generations out here in Kibera that are going to be impacted. If one girl can, that means I can, and if I get to mentor another girl, that other girl can. And the community right now is really optimistic, because a few meters from Ushirika, from this school, one can actually see the contrast and the great change that one girl can has made with this school, the new building. And if from afar this building is seen the way beautiful it is, that only sparks interest. Somebody will want to know what kind of education does Ushirika offer. So it has helped a lot of families to know that my girl can actually transcend the limitations that the world gave to Kibera girls. A parent is able to really see that my girl is going to be different and my girl is going to bring change in this community. An example of that are my parents. They don't believe that I turned out the way I am right now. When I stand up to speak and I tell somebody that I'm from Kibera, they normally don't believe. Because there's already a stereotype of how a girl in Kibera should look like, dress, and walk and talk like. I want to bring that change right here. I want to incubate the girls with the knowledge that I have right here as we grow wings to go further. Yes.
Those are some staggering statistics. We heard it originally from Mackenzie, but seeing it again really hits hard. Grab your phone or iPad again and click on the link you've just received or scan the QR code now. Let's see what Millie has to tell us. We've been hearing a lot tonight about the importance of providing scholarships to get more young women into university. But what about high school students?
High school is a key stepping stone. Most girls will get a primary education but not make it to high school and end up getting married and starting a family as a teenager, often as a single parent. High school is where they can build their confidence through education and begin to explore other opportunities to become financially independent.
Let's meet our first high school student, Charity. Be sure to have your phone right next to you as we're taking another immersive journey.
My name is Charity Kaleche Kavita. I'm in Form 3 in Ushirika Children's Center Secondary. It's a privilege for me to be in school. So when I'm in school, I can say the school is the best place to be. I wasn't sure if I will join secondary school because the schools that I was called to join, my parents couldn't afford them. Most of the parents here don't have good jobs. They can't even afford a meal for a day. One Gun Can has provided opportunities for me, like being in school. Secondly, they have been a big help to mentoring me. They have taught me how to set goals and have a positive future that I can become who I want to be. My first goal is to finish Form 4. My second goal is to join the university where I can become a civil engineer. Having a dormitory in our school, it can really help us a lot. When we are at home, we don't get enough time to study. By the time you are finished with all the things that you are assigned to do, you find that you are so tired even you can't read. But when we'll have a dormitory here,
we will be having all the time we need to read and make improvement on our marks. It will also help in secure the vulnerability of a girl, because when you are coming from home, you never know who is around the corner. You can be mugged, you can be raped. You don't know who will attack you out there. When I got a chance to be in Ushirika, be sponsored by One Girl Can, I got to be alive again. I really thank God for that chance, and I will really work on it so that I could become something better in future. When I'll become a mentor, I will teach other girls about being in school and having to stand out from the crowd. I stood out from the crowd and said, I'll go to school. You stand out for yourself and you stand out for other girls out there.
That walk was eye-opening, to say the least. We hear about the living conditions, but to see it firsthand like that?
Yes, when you hear a bright young woman like Charity reinforce the need for a dormitory, you start to understand how this is really the missing link. One Girl Can has built the best school in Kibera for high school girls. We fund her tuition so she can show up every day. We mentor and coach her and provide a pathway to university. But unless she can have the basics like light to study with, unless she's removed from the daily distractions and noise at home to do her homework, unless she can walk to school without fear of getting raped, it's uncertain that she'll be able to achieve her academic potential and take full advantage of the opportunities we offer.
I can't speak for anyone else, but I want to experience more. Let's hear from Faith and hear her story. Remember, have your phones nearby.
My name is Faith Odwar. I go to school in Ushirika Girls Secondary School, which is located at Kibera slum in Nairobi, Kenya. I used to live in upcountry. After finishing my Kenya Certificate Primary and of Education, I didn't have anywhere to go. I knew that I was just going to help my mom do a job of maid because I was raised by a single mom. So my uncle called my mom and asked her if he has gotten a school for me. And my mom said no. So that's how I got this school, because my uncle agreed to stay with me. And I was really excited to be here because I wanted to learn, reach even university to pursue my career. My career is being an electrical engineer, because in our community, there are many houses which doesn't have light. It's very insecure. Many people die because you can be killed anywhere. Because you can't see anybody, anything can happen in that darkness. You don't know who is there waiting for you when you're coming to school, and you don't know what he has for you. Even in our home places, there's no light, so you can't go outside during the night. The first thing I'll do for the community is lighting the houses so that there'll be light everywhere in every house.
The importance of simply having light and the risk without it.
Wow, I've been in Kibera many, many times, but never walked in Faith's shoes or been there when the light fades at dusk. I could feel the fear well up in me when I thought of walking in the pitch black and not knowing who might be waiting for me around every corner. That has to be terrifying. The path to school is fraught with danger, particularly for a young woman walking alone. This is where drugs and alcohol are used openly, where violence erupts as a natural consequence, and rape is routine and not exceptional. I know of several girls over the past 3 years who have dropped out of Ushirika school because the walk back and forth from home was so dangerous. Now I understand.
Again, I need to see and hear more. Let's go back to Faith and hear more about her story. Keep your phones close.
There are so many kids who doesn't read at night because they doesn't have light in their houses. So we find it difficult going at home early because you are going to use a candle and smoke of the candle might affect your eyes. At home, we have many neighbors, and some neighbors just put loud music, and you can't go to someone's house and tell him or her, please, may you shut down your music. So it's very good to have a dormitory in school where we can't be distracted with such noise. We hope the dormitory will be like the classes, and it will be conducive for learning. Up to 10 p.m. you can learn because the classes are near the dormitory. Even you can wake up early in the morning so that you can go and learn. We really need it. After graduating from the university, I will lead the community years and I'll help other people who are needy. I don't want some people to pass through the experience that I passed through. I want many and many electrical engineers like me so that we can have a very good society and community and very secure. One Girl Can is an organization that has really supported girls in Kenya. It really educates and has made me know what I can be in life. Because in Kenya, there's a barrier that women can't do engineering, and I want to break that barrier. I want to be one of them so that I can break that barrier that what a man can do, a woman can't do it. Nobody's limited in this world. You can be anything you want if you just put more effort and have positivity towards it.
I can't even imagine trying to focus on my studies while dealing with so much adversity.
We've heard it from two girls now. There are so many distractions and dangers that a young woman faces living in an informal settlement like Kibera. It's a daily uphill battle just trying to get home from school safely. Even with the most optimal family dynamics where two parents are supportive and there are no drug, alcohol, or abuse issues, the home environment in a settlement like this is not conducive to studying. Safety, security, a quiet, well-lit place to focus on homework, away from the trauma and violence of a community, focused on daily survival. This is what Faith is going to need if she's going to achieve her goal of becoming an engineer.
Well, this is the time that we can all step up and help. We have many ways to give tonight with all our fundraising initiatives, including a fund a need to send 60 women to university. And we're fundraising to build the much needed new dorm. And then, of course, we'll be ending with our annual live auction. Ensure you're logged into our auction website now, have your bidder number memorized, and open your hearts and wallets to these remarkable women. To guide us through this process tonight, please join me in welcoming our auctioneer for the evening, the infamous John Davis.
Hello everyone, I'm John Davis and I have the honor of being your auctioneer tonight. I've been incredibly fortunate to visit Kenya with Lottie and our two daughters, Courtney and Mackenzie, and I've seen firsthand how many of these young women live and the risks they're exposed to on a daily basis. I've seen Lottie's passion and drive to help them develop so they can have the same opportunities we take for granted for our own children. And I've witnessed the germ of an idea that's raising enough money to build a new classroom to replace an existing dark, mud-floored hut, blossom over the years into this incredible organization, One Girl Can, which is now staffed by equally driven and committed women and supported by so many generous people and organizations, many of whom are watching and helping us again tonight. So it's an honor, but I have to say it's a little bit humbling to stand in front of you this evening representing One Girl Can, to again ask you for your support for this incredible organization. An organization that's 100% committed to helping young women who lack opportunity, but are also seriously at risk of violence to lead normal, safe, and productive lives. So thanks to each and every one of you. And now let's get ourselves started. So I hope everybody has been exploring our bidding platform and our incredible silent auction items. To participate in tonight's Fund a Need, you'll be using the same process. So please head to the auction website on your phone or laptop and click on the Fund a Need tab to participate tonight and join the bidding process. Once you've submitted your bid, I'll be prompted on my end, and please note there may be a short delay for donations to make it to me, but don't let that stop you, just keep bidding. So we've all just heard Millie's remarkable story on what getting a university education has meant to her, what it represents to her mother and her sisters, and the financial support it brings to her family and to the community. So now's the time to help 60 more incredible young women reach their goal and get to university. And here's a great bit of news to get us started. Through the support of our sponsors, our donors, and everyone who's purchased a ticket to attend tonight's event, we're actually already halfway to our goal. As your donations come in, you'll start to see the faces of 30 young women come to life with each full year of university contributed. When I say come to life, I mean figuratively and actually. A full year of university in Kenya costs only $3,500. So let's just take a look at what that includes for these young women. You get your tuition, you get a living allowance, you get a brand new laptop, you get professional development for training programs designed to accelerate employability. But you also get mentoring and coaching throughout this whole experience. So this is an incredible package that One Girl Can offers these students to ensure they become successful. I'm going to ask you to start the bidding of $14,000. I know it's a lot of money. If you think about it, it's only 4,200 lattes, and this is much better for you than 4,200 lattes. But it's a full ride for 4 years scholarship for one bright girl coming from a background of extreme poverty in Kenya. So for $14,000, can I hear any bids? Can I hear anybody that would like to support one of these girls? If you're having any issues, you'll see a QR code on your screen. Click on that. That will get you to the link, and you'll be able to follow this, and you'll be able to bid. So I'm looking for $14,000. Can anybody help me support one of these girls for a full ride for 4 years? And don't forget, when you support a girl with an education, you get a written update from her twice a year, along with photos so you can track her progress towards becoming a confident and professional young woman. And one of the things I'd also like to mention that many of you know, some of you may not, is that AG has supports all of One Girl Can's administrative costs. So every dollar that you contribute, every dollar that you put towards this young girl's education goes to educate them. AG has supports everything else. Can we get any support for $14,000? Anybody? I'm going to move on. It was a big ask. I will let you know that. It was a huge ask. How about $7,000? Is there anybody there that could help us for $7,000? It's $3,500 per year. This will get 2 years of education. Anybody can help us with $7,000? Looking for $7,000. Don't forget, you're investing in another human being. They can help the opportunity to change their lives, create a better world for themselves and their families. If you have any trouble, don't forget to click on the QR code and let us know, and I will hear in my little magic earpiece here when we get those bids. Anybody going to help us at $7,000? I think I've just got a bid for 2 at $14,000 in my magic earpiece here, so I'd like to say thank you very, very much for that. Anybody else like to help us here to help these girls get a university? 2 years of university for one girl or 2 girls for 1 year. I've just got 2 bids at that level, and that is huge. Thank you so much. How about $3,500? This is one girl, 1 year of education. Anybody here that can help us with $3,500? I actually see I've just got a bid in right now for $3,500. I've got a screen here. I can see I've got something in my ear, and I can see that, and it's Carla Chion at $3,500. Thank you so much. And it's not often that you can profoundly feel the impact of your donation is having. You are investing in another human being so that you can have that incredible relationship with them as they get to university. We've just got another $3,500. Thank you very much. Ritz Clinging. That is really kind of you to help us support this. We need all of the money we can get. Anybody else can help us at $3,500? I'm going to wait a little bit. $3,500. Can anybody help us out here to get to this level? Don't forget the written updates. You can track her progression. You can see that you're helping get her out of the Kibera settlement. You've seen what it's like. You've done the virtual reality. Believe me, the reality actually is worse than that. I've walked through it. These girls do it every day. Can we hear anybody? We've got 34 girls. That's all we've got at the moment. Can anybody else help at this level? Or we'll move on. I'm not going to quit until we've got some more. I'm going to drop it down to another level now. So we've got 3,500. We've got a good few bidders there. That was very kind of you. Next, we go down to, that's 1,770. I got another 3,500 bid in. Thank you so, so much. Another 3,500 bid. That is incredible. Anybody? I've just received a $5,000 bid. Sorry. Which is very emotional after having seen that. Thank you very, very much. We've got, I'm going to drop it to 1,750 because I really want to move this thing along. We've got 1,750. This will co-sponsor a student with one other bidder. 1,750. You can sponsor a student for 6 months with somebody else, and you can make it 3,500 for 2. We've now got 36 girls supported. Can anybody else help us to support here at the 17th? We're now 37. This is incredible. This is absolutely amazing. I really appreciate your support. I've just got another bid in for $14,000. So nobody's listening to me. They're just putting their own bids in, which is great, and that's perfect. Thank you so, so much. We've now got 41 girls educated. We've got 41 girls going to university because of your generation. And don't forget, 100% goes directly to the education. AG Hair supports all of the administration costs. $1,000. What have we got for $1,000? How many girls have we got now? We've got $1,000. This is 1 year of tuition only. This is tuition only, not everything else that is included. We've just got a bid in for 3,500. Amazing. How many girls are we up to now, do we think? We must be up to about 42 girls. This is staggering. Thank you so much. How about $500 to help her buy a laptop? Anybody help with I just got a bid in from Richard here for $500 to help buy a laptop. Anybody else for $500 that would help support? I have to say, you guys are incredibly generous to do this. You're just doing this out of the goodness of your heart. You've seen how these women, young women, are living. You can see that the same as our daughters, our children, except for the conditions they live in and the opportunity you have. This is absolutely amazing. Thank you. Anybody else can help support? Thank you. I've just got another bid in here for 500. Julia, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And Richard, as I said before. Eula, sorry. And $300 has just come in. Can we get a $350 bid anywhere? It's my next level down. $29.60 in a month. $350. Can we hear any additional buds there at $350 bids? That should be, not buds. $350. $350. Can anybody else help to support us? This is stunning. I'm going to ask how many girls we've got educated now. People are madly scrambling in the background, totaling up, tallying up. I think we're around 45, 43, 44, something like that. We have 42. Anybody else help to wrap it up? I'm getting the signal that I've got to stop talking now and move on. But it sounds to me like we have got 42 girls. 43 girls, just as Judy just bid in for $3,500. Thank you, Judy. That's amazing. Thank you. And you can bid throughout the night. Don't let that fact that I'm not here talking to you stop. You can bid all the time. You can bid what you want. I'm just trying to get whatever we can to get this school, this dormitory, these girls in education, this dormitory built, which is the next part. But thank you so much for all of your generosity. If any amount helps, please come back to our website, get hold of it. One Girl Can if you'd like to continue to contribute. It's an amazing cause, and we couldn't do this, and we're not doing this without you. Oh my goodness, we just got another $3,500. I'm going to start crying. $3,500 here from. We've got 44 girls right to this moment. That's amazing. Thank you. You don't know what this means to these girls. Incredible. Thank you so much. Thank you. So next, we are Going to keep this momentum going as soon as I can get my breath back. And also join into the Zoom for the live auction. There is an opportunity for you there to click on that QR code. You can join the Zoom if you'd like to be up on the wall here staring down at me. We'd like to see that. So click on that and then come and join us on my wall here. So tonight we're going to build a dormitory live. You're going to see it pop up on the screen, and it may be up there now. I can't actually see, but you're going to help us bring this dormitory to life. As your donations come in, if your continued generosity, you'll get to see this dormitory rise up out of the land cleared, which is right next to that school. I think you saw the school before. It will be done in augmented reality tonight, each floor. But we're planning to break ground in 1 month and have this building finished by January of next year. The beginning of the new school year starts in January, so it will be in perfect time for that. So you can help to create a safe and welcoming environment for girls like Faith and Charity. How moving was it to listen to them? A dormitory, an environment with proper light, something they don't have. Indoor flushing toilets. You don't find those in Kibera. Showers and 3 meals a day. So tonight we're aiming to raise $200,000 to make this dream a reality. With your help, I'm certain we're going to get very close. One reason I'm going to say that is our friends at the Beatty Foundation, Cindy and Ryan Beatty, and their family have again demonstrated their commitment to making the world a better place. Not just here at home in Canada, but globally in countries where the need is enormous and the opportunities are so few, as they are in Kenya, as they are in Kibera, as they are for those young women that you just saw. So their donation will build the ground floor of this dormitory. And in their honor, and as a way of thanking them, we're naming this building the BD Dormitory. So the ground floor will house the matron's quarters, who will offer 24-hour nurturing. She'll offer support and security for these girls. And I've seen some of these matrons. You wouldn't want to mess with them when it comes to security, believe me. It'll also include 8 bed spaces, a washroom, a security gatehouse, and plenty of fencing, as well as an outdoor gathering area for school meetings, for games, and dancing and singing, which is such a vital part of the Kenyan culture, which I think you've already seen. So again, thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Ryan Beatty, for building the ground floor foundation for the school to start tonight's fundraising. So let's have a go at getting this second floor built now. I'm going to try and make this easy, where we've allocated a value of each bed space of $2,500. So this $2,500 includes a portion of the entire second and third floors. So that's the beds, the walls, the floors, the washrooms, etc., divided by the 72 beds. So the bidding levels are, the first one is $25,000. It's a lot of money. It's a big ask. But I did say I felt confident we were going to get there, and we have got an incredible donation to kick this off, and it is from our partners, our great customers, Cosmoprof Beauty Stores in Canada and the United States. Cosmoprof Beauty Stores in Canada have donated $25,000, and Cosmoprof Beauty Stores in the US have donated exactly the same amount. And they have given us $50,000 to get this rolling. And that is half a floor, just so you know. And I know they're watching tonight, and I just want to make sure that they understand how grateful we are for this. So there we go. We got $50,000. We got half a floor bid. So anybody else can help us with a $20,000 bid to help get some more beds built and add some more space here. Anybody else? I've just got a $20,000, I beg your pardon, bid in for, you can probably see this building starting to develop. You can see the beds coming in. I've got a $10,000 bid as well. Anybody else here can help us out with 10 or 20 or 30? Whatever you want to do, whatever amount you can do. If it's a 20,000, if it's a 10,000, if it's a 5,000, anything will help us get these beds built and get these girls safe, get them somewhere where they're not going to get harmed, get them where they can get light, and we just need to keep this thing going. Anybody else can help us at the $10,000 level? Anybody else at 10? Please help me out. Anybody? I'm going to move down, $7,500. I've got somebody signaling me. We've got a $7,500 bid, and I'm not going to refuse it. So yes, thank you so much. We've got $7,500, and that's it. I'm not sure where we're at with our building because I actually can't see our building going up, but we've got $7,500. What we're looking for to finish our floor is $10,000. We've got anybody help us at $10,000 to finish this floor? And have I just got a $10,000? Have I got we've just finished the floor at $10,000. Judy, I think that's the second time Judy has given us money. That is incredible. Don't get me crying again, please. It's not good for my image. That's amazing. I think we've got the second floor built. I think we're done. We got Judy. That's amazing. So where are we at now? We've got the first, second, and third floor. How about a $5,000? Anybody else? I'm not going to quit because this is the only chance to raise funds. You guys are being so generous. I'm not going to quit. Can we get anything else here? The $5,000? Anybody to help? Anybody else? Anything at all? Again, we just got $5,000 in from Wendy. Thank you, Wendy Reed, for $5,000. This is amazing. Anybody else like to help us out here? 2,500? Anybody? Can we do a 2,500? Anybody at 25? $2,500, and let's get this thing built. We are so close, we can finish it off tonight. 2,500. Anybody? 1,250. Anybody like to help me out at the 1,250 level? A couple of bids. Okay, we've got a whole bunch of $500 bids coming in here. Hang on, I think 1, 2, we've got a $250 from Tara Jen Murtaugh. Thank you for $250. We've got $500 bids from Verzana. We've got Samantha at 5. I mean, they are piling up here. We've got a bid from Leanne for 80. Thank you so much for all of your support. Please don't stop. If we have to move on, and I'm going to be getting that signal to roll on, I'm going to have to do that. But please don't forget, you can come back in, you can log in, you can log into the One Girl Can. You can still help build this dormitory well after this event, well after this is done, and we just want to thank you. And another 250 has just come up on the board, so that is amazing. So we have now built the ground floor, or the first floor, the second floor, and half of the third floor, which is amazing. And if we can, I think we've just got a $10,000 bid in here. I think we just got a $10,000 bid in. Clive Johnson, thank you. Kathy Holler, 225. I mean, this is staggering. You are going to get me crying again. I'm telling you, this is amazing. This is just nuts. The floor's building, we're almost there. I don't know what to say now. I'm going to have to say just thank you. You've done an amazing job. We need 3 beds. That's what I'm being told. If we can get 3 beds, we can finish it tonight. We could get this thing done tonight if we get 3 beds. That's $7,500. Anybody else there to help us? Or a portion of a bed, buy a pillowcase, buy a bedspread, buy a spring. Anything you can do is going to be appreciated. Oh my goodness. Good friend Mark has just given us $3,500. Mark Standicum, thank you so much. This is amazing. Okay, I'm going to have to stop. Please keep going. We're short 1 bed. She's not going to let me off. She's not going to let me go. We're short 1 bed. Can we finish this 3,500? I think we just got 500 in, and then we just got 750. So I think we are only short 2,750. Am I correct? To finish off this whole thing. Can anybody help us out with the 2,750? We did it. We did it. We did it. Thank you. Jackie, thank you so much. That is amazing. We are thrilled to see how far we've gotten with building this dormitory. We actually hadn't expected to get to the 3rd floor at all tonight. Thank you, everyone, for your generous contributions, and a special thanks to some of our major donors in there. Of course, the BD Foundation we mentioned, Cosmoprof Beauty, Clive and Sue Lonsdale, Gail and Howard Addison, our good friends, all of them, Jim and Laurie Case, David and Debbie Cottrells, John and Susan Rose, and so many other people that we may not have mentioned, but please believe me. My lovely old friend, Darlene Hilden, who is always at our live events, has just donated $5,000. So thank you, everybody. That That was stunning. The great thing is you're making me look good. And that's a hard thing to do. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So this is the first dormitory, I just want you to know this, that has ever been built in Kibera. And the students, for the first time in their lives, literally will feel that they have not been left behind or they have not been forgotten. They know that somebody cares for them, loves them. Even though you may never meet them, you may never go there, but they know that. So I hope you all feel incredibly proud of what you've accomplished here tonight to help advance gender equality in a country where so few opportunities exist for women, frankly. And we're going to keep fundraising for this over the next few months as we start building this dormitory. So if you're on the fence right now about providing a bed space for a girl like Faith or any of the other girls you're seeing, and you just want to think about it a bit more, I get it, do it, think about it. There's time to change your mind. There's times to contribute. I will never stop taking money from you for this incredible cause. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get to the live auction in a moment. I would just like to remind you to go in, to get the QR code, click on that. I'm sorry, the Zoom link. I beg your pardon, the Zoom link. I'm so crazy about this thing we just built. The Zoom link, click on the Zoom link. You can come and join me here. We will see you behind me potentially if everybody can get it. And we are, okay, so I'll be back in 2 minutes. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Audlin Brown is a proud supporter of One Girl Can and the I Want to Be Gala. Through our long-standing partnership with One Girl Can, we have seen firsthand the incredible impact of their work to mentor, educate, and empower young women in Africa. At Audlin Brown, we invest for our clients' futures and in the communities where our clients and our team members live and work. Community involvement is in our firm's DNA. It was part of our founder's vision nearly 100 years ago and remains a core value of Audlin Brown today. Our team members are passionate about supporting their communities, and they give back in a variety of ways. As a firm, we are proud to partner with organizations like One Girl Can that share our commitment to making an impact on our community now and for generations.
Simply amazing. Thank you to everyone for your incredible donations and support. Thanks again to the Beatty Foundation for laying the groundwork to getting this dormitory built, and everyone else who is helping to support strong and empowered young women with the tools they need to change the world. Everyone who has pre-registered for the live auction, now it's the time to log into your link that you were sent. Anyone having any issue, please reach out to our tech support through the chat function on your screen. We couldn't do this without our remarkable sponsors. Thank you to TD, Maribel Vineyards, KPMG, AG, Audlin Brown Limited, Great Little Box Company, North Beach Agency, Clio, Univar Solutions, Pacific Reach Properties, Contemporary Office Interiors, Cancord Genuity Wealth Management, IA Financial Group, Archibald Real Estate Group, Hub International, the Beatty Foundation, Global TV, Daily Hive, and Hemlock. Now, let's welcome back John.
Okay, I'm back. I've managed to blow my nose and wipe the tears from my eyes. And I just have to say again that that really was remarkable, but you heard it before, we're not done yet. And this is actually an exciting part because we have got 6 incredible live auction items available this evening. And knowing what a pent-up demand there is for travel, I think we're going to do pretty well. So we've been able to secure some amazing travel opportunities through One Girl Can preferred travel partner, which was Momenti Travel. They are curators of impeccably tailored and personalized travel experiences, and every trip you see here tonight will be delivered to you with the highest travel standards guaranteed. We are talking about 5 stars all the way. If there's 6 stars, it's 6 stars. So if you haven't done so already, head to the auction website, click on the live auction tab to review tonight's items. Those at home who pre-registered for the live auction will be joining me, hopefully virtually on stage shortly. If not, it's not too late for you to be able to, for you as well. If you didn't register and want to still bid, simply click on the donation buttons like we did for the Fund a Need. When you want to bid, or the QR, actually the QR code is even easier. If you've got the QR code on the screen now, which I believe you do, click on that. That should bring you right to the live auction site. When you want to bid, I'm going to ask for some numbers. You've heard me rabbiting on about numbers all night, so you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask for your numbers. If you like what I'm saying, type in an amount, and you forward it, and we get this going. I'll receive the bid almost immediately. There may be a slight delay, I don't know, but it should be almost immediately. But if you're as excited as I am to get starting and get traveling, let's go. Let's just have a look.
Choose your own BC adventure. With Rome Adventures, you can choose from one of 2 unforgettable adventure packages, the 6-day Bear Camp Multi-Sport Adventure or the 8-day Chilko River Adventure. Choose the 6-day Bear Camp Multi-Sport Adventure. Enjoy 5 nights accommodation in luxurious waterfront tents at Bear Camp and roam with experienced professional guides. Or maybe the Chilko River Adventure is more your style. Get whisked away on a whitewater adventure. Spend 2 nights at Bear Camp, then embark with professional guides on a 5-night world-class river adventure through lush forests, narrow canyons, and hoodoos in the longest stretch of commercially accessible whitewater in North America. Valued at $10,000.
So I just want to be clear what we're doing here tonight. We have 2 auctions, a choice of 2 different wilderness experience. So you're going to bid on one of the items, but you have a choice of either. So you can either do the 6-day multi-sport trip for 2 to the Bear Camp, or you can do the 8-day Chilko River Adventure for 2. So you've got the choice. The amazing bear watching trip is valued at $10,000. The incredible Chilko River Adventure is valued at $8,800. So we're going to bid on the $10,000 item first of all, but that's the one we're going to bid on. But if the winner of that item would prefer the lesser value one, they can have that instead, and they will get the same percentage discount as the first trip. In other words, if the first trip goes for its full value, which it should, of $10,000, you can have the other one at its full value, $8,800. If the first trip goes for 80% of its full value, you can have the other trip at 80% of its value. If it goes for 50%, you're out of luck because I'm going to buy it. So the live auction screen, to refresh your live auction screen if you're having any trouble. Apparently we're hearing some people are having a little challenge with the live auction screen. If you are, just refresh it. Just refresh and you should be there. So two adventures. We're only bidding on the top value one, and you can have the second one at the same relative price that you get for the first one. Hopefully that is clear. So the Bear Camp, $10,000 is the value. Go and see the grizzly bears. It's 5-star all the way. I think this would be an incredible trip, as with the Chilko River Adventure. So we're bidding on this one to start with. It's a $10,000 value. Let's just get it going at $5,000. Somebody must want to go and see this for $5,000. I know I would. $5,000. Can I hear a bid for $5,000 on the Bear Camp bid? Can we hear $5,000 for it? $5,000 to get me. How about $4,000 just to get it started? It doesn't matter where we start, it's where we end up. Can I hear $4,000? Somebody must start at $4,000. $4,000? Can I hear $4,000? Any interest in this at $4,000? $3,500? Can I hear $3,500? Anybody? Let's hear $3,500 from somebody. Anybody bidding at all? Is there any interest in this? Because if I can't get that, I may as well move on. $3,500, anybody? Can we hear for the trip? I've got a bid of $4,000 on the Bear Camp. I need more than that. I need to get some more. Can we hear another bid over the $4,000? $4,500, somebody. $4,500. This is an amazing trip. $4,500. Can we hear anybody? $4,500. I'm going to wait a second because I know I must have a better bid than that. I must have another higher bid than $4,000. Can I hear $4,500? I'm going to sell it at $4,500. I've got a $4,500 bid, and this is at almost 45%. It is 45% of the value of this deal, and it's going for nothing. Can we hear $5,000? $5,000 for the Bear Camp trip? Anybody? $5,000 for the Bear Camp trip? I'm going to sell it for $4,500 if I don't hear $5,000. Can we hear $5,000? Anybody? Any issues, get your QR code, refresh your screen if you can't see, and if you're desperate to spend money. I think this is given away. I think this is crazy. $4,500. I'm going to sell it once. I'm going to sell it twice. It's going to go for $4,500 unless I hear any other bids coming in. And it's sold for $4,500. That's 45% of the price. You can phone in to One Girl Can tomorrow, and if you'd prefer the other Chilco River Adventure, talk to them. You will get that same discount, which is unbelievable. Okay. Auction item number 2. This is our Clahoose Wilderness Resort, and it has a $10,476 value.
Clahoose Wilderness Resort. Experience a luxury adventure in the heart of Desolation Sound at Clahoose Wilderness Resort. Owned and operated by the Clahoose First Nation, this stunning eco-lodge is only accessible by boat or seaplane. You and 3 friends will get the opportunity to immerse yourselves in this pristine region, rich in cultural significance, diverse wilderness and wildlife, and including a grizzly bear viewing tour in Toba Inlet, valued at $10,500.
So this is an intimate BC wilderness, an indigenous cultural experience in the calm and remote waters of Desolation Sound. If you have never been to Desolation Sound, you have to go there. It's only accessible by boat or by air. I've been there. It's incredible. I've actually been by the Clahoose Wilderness Resort. I've never been in there, but it looks absolutely amazing. Only accessible by air. You're going to get a traditional Clahoose greeting when you come in. Lots of grizzly viewing. It is amazing. Okay, so it has a value of 10,000, just refreshing my screen, $10,475. Can I hear a bid of $8,000 or $5,000? Let's start at half value. $5,000. Anybody? Can we hear $5,000 for it? Incredible. It's worth $5,000 just to fly up to Desolation Sound and see whales. I've seen whales many times up there. It is absolutely pristine. Can we hear $5,000 for the Clahoose Wilderness Resort? Incredible marine wildlife and cultural tour, indigenous guides, incredible food. $5,000. Any interest in this at all for $5,000? How about $45,000? We must be able to get $4,500 for this. Somebody, anybody interested in it at all, or should we just move on? Helping these girls, you're treating yourselves to an incredible trip for $4,500. Is there any interest in this trip? Any bid? $4,500 for this? $4,500 I've got. Wow. How about $5,000, somebody? How about $5,000 for this incredible trip up in Desolation Sound? It is absolutely incredible. This is, you can save it until, of course, you're vaccinated or on travel restrictions are lifted. You will not regret this. This is 3 nights in your choice of room or private cabin. You've got marine wildlife. It's amazing. $4,500. I'm going to close it out at $4,500. I've got a $5,000 bid. Okay, thank you. I've got a $5,000 bid. Thank you, sir, for $5,000. Can I hear $5,500? Not even half value for this incredible trip. $5,000. Can I hear $5,500? Anybody? $5,500. Can I hear $5,500? Must be a bid for $5,500. Somebody to spend on this. Can I hear $5,500? Are we done at $5,000? Can we hear $5,500 anymore? I'm going to sell it once. I'm going to sell $5,500 we've got. I've got $5,500. We're 55% of the way there almost. How about $6,000? Can we hear $6,000 for this trip? You will not regret it. Can we hear $6,000 for the Clahoose Wilderness Resort? $6,000. I'm going to sell it for $5,500. This resort is going for $5,500 once, $5,500 twice. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes in case you're having technical difficulties. Refresh your screen. Click on whatever you need to do. Just refresh it. Phil, are we getting you back here? Are you done? I'm going to sell it. It's going to go, and for $55,000, sold. Thank you. Okay. Here we have Peru. $16,000.
Classic Peru. Discover iconic highlights of Peru on a luxury 7-day private journey curated by Momenti Travel. Visit the hippest neighborhoods in the cosmopolitan city of Lima. Fly to Cusco and stroll local markets and traditional neighborhoods. Visit the sacred Valley of the Incas and explore the ruins. And no trip to Peru is complete without visiting the UNESCO World Heritage Site Machu Picchu. Your dream vacation to Peru for two includes 6 nights of deluxe accommodation, Inca Rail to and from Machu Picchu, and round-trip flights between Lima and Cusco, valued at $16,000.
Okay, Peru, $16,000 value. You're making me work hard tonight. So let's get down to Peru. If you want to travel, incredible. $16,000, 5-star, 6-star trip. You've just heard the promotional bid on it. You've seen it. You've read about it. If you're having any trouble, refresh your screens. Where would you like to start? $10,000 on the Peru trip. Can we hear $10,000 on the Peru trip? Anybody? 10,000? Can we hear $10,000 on it? Don't forget, with all of this, you're helping these girls get an education. You're helping build schools. You're getting them out of danger. And this, we've had these incredible donations. This is such an important part of our fundraising. $16,000. Can we hear 10? Can we hear $8,000? How about start me off at half the price, half the value of this? The Peru auction, $8,000, anybody? $8,000? $7,000? Can I hear a start? Where would you like to start? Type in a number. I'll see it here if you'd like to start. Can we hear $5,000 for a $16,000 trip to Peru? If we can't get $5,000, I think I'll just move on and get to the next item. Can I hear $5,000 for this at all? Can I hear 5,000? We must see it. 5,000. Are we done? I've got a $5,000 bid. I've got a $5,000 bid. How about 6,000? We are not anywhere near the value of this. Can we hear $6,000? Anybody? Can we hear 6,000? $6,000. Can we hear 6,000? 5,500. How about that? 5,500 for the trip to Peru. Look at what you're getting. You're traveling by air to the sacred Valley of the Incas, one of the most beautiful and historically significant regions of Peru. You're getting to Machu Picchu. Can we hear? We've just got $6,000. Thank you, Lisa. Lisa Lee, $6,000. That's great. Can we hear $6,500? $6,500. Look at the history you're getting there, walking along these incredible streets, the markets, Machu Picchu, explore the capital city, Lima. Can we hear $6,500? Anybody? Can we hear $6,500? We are not even half price here. We are giving this one away at $6,500. Can we hear 7? Are we done at 6,500? Just in time, 6,500. Thank you, Jackie. $6,500 I've got now. 7. Rapidly approaching half its value. Can we hear $7,000? Can I hear $7,000 anyway? Can I hear 7? $7,000 for our trip to Peru. Visit the UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Incan capital of the Incas, Machu Picchu. I've got 7. Thank you. Lisa's back. Nice to see you back, Lisa. Thank you so much. $7,000. Getting close to halfway value. How about $7,500? $7,500. If you want to get rid of me, this is the way to do it. $7,500. I can get this finished and we can move on. $7,500. Can I hear it? $7,500. Jackie, where are you? $7,500. I'm going to lose this. You're going to lose this. And I'm going to sell it in a moment at $7,000. Can we hear 75? It's going once at 7,000. Lisa, you're almost there. It is going to go twice at 7,000. Third and final time at 7,000. Anybody going to bid? It is sold to Lisa. You're going to... Okay, I normally when we sell something, I won't put it back up, but because of the time delay, I'm going to put it out at, I have a bid at, 2 bids came in. Normally I won't do that, but our tech here is slow. We need the money. Those girls need the money. It's $7,500. Wouldn't do it, but it's still given away. We have Janine Fisher. Janine Fisher, I know you, for $7,500. 75. Lisa, Jackie, can we hear anything back from you? We're not even half the value. Not even half our value. Get to Peru, classic markets, incredible 5-star vacation. Lisa, I've missed you. You're back, $7,700. Thank you. You got $7,700. How about first person to give me $9,000 can buy it? How's that? Can I hear 8,000? Janine is back. 8,000. Somebody want to give me 9? And I will sell it to you for $9,000. I'd just like to point out it is a $16,000 value. And I've got 8,000. And I will be selling this in a minute. And I'll give you some time because I know the tech here is a bit challenging. We've got 8. If somebody will hit me with 9, they can have it. 8,000. Going once at 8,000. Refresh your screen if you're having any trouble. Going once at 8,000. Going twice at 8,000. Are we all done? I can't take 8,001. I'm sorry. $8,000 my bid. I will take 8,500. If you want to bid, I will take 9,000 if you want to own it. But at $8,000, 82. You're making me work very hard, Lisa. $8,200. But I do love you for bidding and helping us. $8,200. Okay. 8,200. 8,500. Come on, somebody's got to give me that 9,000. 8,500. I'm being told I have to wrap it up. I've got 85,000. Janine is back. 8,500. I wish I had 85,000. $9,000. Don't lose it for $500. This is a $16,000 trip. I'm being told in my earpiece I've got to get moving because you don't want to stay here all night. Going once for 8,500. Next bid comes in for 9,000. You've got it. Going twice for 8,500. And I am going to sell it to Janine for 8,500. It is sold. Thank you so much to all of you for bidding. Thank you so much for bidding on that.
The ultimate canyon safari. You and 3 guests can experience a once-in-a-lifetime safari in the very same spot where scenes from out of Africa were filmed. Your curated adventure by Momenti Travel includes 3 nights at Angama Mara, overlooking Kenya's Masai Mara. The award-winning safari lodge is located high above the floor of Africa's Great Rift Valley. Your stay in a glass-front luxury tented suite will provide jaw-dropping views. Enjoy daily safari drives to see an abundance of animals, including leopards, lions, and zebras. You also get to spend 3 nights in Nairobi at the Fairmont, the Norfolk. Your private driver will take you to visit an elephant orphanage, giraffe sanctuary, and Usha Rika School, built by One Girl Can in Kibera, where you will meet One Girl Can students, valued at $25,000.
Now, if this isn't iconic, Elsa's Coppier Safari, I'm probably pronouncing it terribly. This incredible safari, Elsa the Lioness, it was where it was filmed, it was where the movie was filmed with Robert Redford. An amazing place to stay, the Masai Mara. Just an incredible place to go and visit and see the people, and the animals are stunning. You've got the 4-night safari. You'll be based at Iloa, Elsa's Coppier, which made famous by George and Joy Adamson's biographical book, Born Free. It is absolutely incredible. I've been to Africa a number of times. I've been to the Masai Mara. Again, you will not regret this if you buy it. So, $16,000 again. Hopefully you're not going to make me work quite this hard for an African trip, but $16,000. Where would you like to start? $16,000. Can I hear a $10,000 bid? Can we hear $10,000 bid? Can we hear a $10,000 bid on this for $16,000? Can we hear 10? Can I hear $8,000? Can I hear $8,000 bid? Anybody $8,000? Can you hear an $8,000 bid? How about $5,000? Just let us going. $5,000. We have a bid for $5,000. $5,000 only for Elsa the Lioness's Kopje Safari. Incredible place. It comes from the Swahili word for suspended in midair. The Angara Mara is located above the floor of Africa's great Rift Valley. It is incredible. You've never seen animals like it. If you go, take a camera. We've got a bid of $8,000. Thank you so much, Carol. We've got a bid from Carol for $8,000. Anybody like to go? $9,000. Africa. When are you going to go again? When are you going to go there at this level? And when you're going to appreciate where you haven't traveled for 2 years. This is amazing. It's an amazing safari. It's for 4 guests. Currently, you're paying $2,000 for each guest, not to go to Kelowna, not that there's anything wrong with Kelowna, of course, but to go to Africa, to the Masai Mara. This is incredible. I've got $8,000. Can I hear $9,000 or $10,000? $8,500. Lisa's going to Africa. Lisa, you're going somewhere. I guarantee you, Lisa, you're going somewhere. $8,500. Okay, $8,500. Can we hear $9,000? Can we hear $9,000 from anybody? Or $10,000, whatever you want. If you want to stop it, move it forward. I've now got a $9,000 bid. Thank you. I've got a $9,000 bid from Kathy. Thank you so much. $9,000. Can we hear $9,000? Sorry, got the wrong name. It's Linda that bid Oh, actually, we have 2 bids. We have a Kathy and a Linda at 9,000. Okay, I'm sorry. It was a different one. Ignore that. I'm being told. So we have Linda at $9,000. Can we hear 10? $10,000. Did you ever read the book, Born Free? This is $9,000 to go and roam there and see these lions and look at the elephants and everything that's there. It's stunning. Can we hear $10,000? It's a $16,000 safari. I can tell you if it was live, it would not be going for $9,000. Can we hear $10,000? Anybody? Refresh your screen if you can't bid, if you're screaming and desperate to bid. Refresh your screen. Can we bid $9,000? Can we hear $10,000? Anybody? Can we hear $10,000? Anybody? For this incredible African safari. Lisa, I'm going to take your bid at $9,500. $9,500. I'm going to make sure you go somewhere, Lisa. How about that? $9,500. But you're going to have to help me out a bit. Can we hear $10,000 from somebody? Can we hear $10,000 from anybody? Can we hear $10,000? Carol's in for $10,000. We've now got Carol and Lisa battling it out. $10,000. Can I hear $10,500? Can I hear $10,500? Lisa, $10,500. You're almost there. $10,500. Can we hear $10,500? Or $11,000. You could maybe frighten her a bit by going at $11,000. You could play a bit of psychology here. Going at $11,000 or $10,500. Your choice. I'm going to wait a moment because our information is coming through slowly, but we're at 10. Can we hear $10,500? If we don't hear $10,500, I'm going to have to sell it. Can we hear $10,500, anybody? This is amazing. This is incredible. The Masai Mara, this camp, everything about it is incredible. Lisa's back at $10,500. You make me work hard for this, Lisa. $10,500. Can I hear $11,000? I got $10,500. Can I hear $11,000? Carol, anybody? $10,500. Can I hear $11,000? I'll make a deal with you. If anybody wants to step up and put their hand up for $12,000, it's yours. I'll take any bid, except a dollar bid. I won't do that. But I'll take any bid. But if you want to own it, take it for $12,000. I'm going to have to start counting down because this thing buzzing in my ear is telling me I've got to shut up in a minute. So I've got $10,500, $12,000, it's yours, or any bid on $10,500. I'm going once at $10,500 for Lisa. I'm going once at $10,500 for Lisa. I'm going twice at $10,500 for Lisa. Anybody wants to put in a bid for $12,000, you can own it. Lisa, I said you were going on a trip, and it looks like you're going to Africa for $10,500. Thank you so, so much. Thank you.
Born Free, your curated adventure by Momenti Travel includes a 4-night safari adventure at Alawana Elsa's Copia, located in Meru National Park. Alawana Elsa's Copia remains one of the most elegant lodges in Africa, made famous by George and Joy Adamson's biographical book and film Born Free. Meru National Park is recognized as having more diversity of animal species than any other park in East Africa and is famous for large elephant herds, lion, hippo, and bird life. It also offers a large rhino sanctuary. You will also spend 3 nights in Nairobi at the Fairmont, the Norfolk. Your private driver will take you to visit an elephant orphanage, giraffe sanctuary, and Ushirika School built by One Girl Can in Kibera, where you will meet One Girl Can students, valued at $16,000.
This is our last African safari for the night. It's a 3-night stay at the award-winning Angama Mara Safari Lodge in the famous Masai Mara National Game Reserve, and a 3-night stay in Nairobi. Where would you like to start? This is a $16,000, I think I said $16,000 bid, and we have a $9,000 opening bid. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That is a great opening bid, $9,000, and it is cheap. Can we hear $10,000 from somebody? Can we hear $10,000? $9,000 I have. Can we hear $10,000? It is a $25,000 value. Think about that. And I've got a $9,000 bid. Think about this. It is considered by many to be the finest game reserve on the continent. The Angama Mara is set on the very site where some of the most romantic scenes out of Africa were filmed. This is an amazing, amazing trip. I've got $10,000. Okay, $10,000, not even close to halfway. 10,000. Can I hear 11? Hear $11,000. 6 nights in Angama Mara Luxury Safari, a $25,000 value. Beautifully curated by Momenti Travel. All of these trips are going to be stunning. Where are we? Where would you like to be? Can we hear $12,000? $13,000, anybody? 12,000, where are we? 12,000? Must be able to get $12,000 for this at least. Must be able to get a bid there. $12,000. Are we done at 10? Have I missed a bid here? Because I thought we were at 12 before. Okay. 10, can we hear $12,000? We must be able to get a bid for $12,000. Anybody? Look at this trip. This is crazy. $12,000. I'm going to have to sell it. Can we get another bid for $12,000? Anybody? We must be able to get a bid for $12,000. All right, are we all done? I'm going to sell it. First value at $10,000 to Angie. I'm going to sell it for $10,000. First time. Second at $10,000. Just in time. Boy, you're making me work. $12,000. We have got $12,000. We're almost halfway there. $12,000. Can I hear $14,000? Can I hear a $14,000 bid on a $25,000 auction, on a $25,000 African safari? Can I hear $12,000? Refresh your screen if you're bidding or typing crazily, putting your money in, and I'm not seeing it, we're not hearing it. Type it in, $12,000, and we will get there. Can you hear $12,000? Sorry, 14,000, I beg your pardon. We've got 12, I beg your pardon. 14,000. Can you hear $14,000? I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to sell it once for 12,000. I'm looking for 14. Somebody wants to give me 15, I'll sell it right away. Twice for $12,000. Can I hear any other bids above $12,000? $13,000 just in time. Angie, $13,000 just in time. Just over halfway, 13,000. Jackie, are we going to go back to Africa? We love it there. You love it there. 13,000. How about 14,000? $14,000. How about $14,000 on this incredible trip? Can we hear 14? I'm going to take 13.5 from Carol. Thank you very much. How about 14? 13.5. How about 14? 13.5, 14. Or you can bid me 15 and you own it. Still cheap, 40% off, something like that. 15,000, I got 14,000. I need one more 1,000. Somebody steps in at 15, they can have it. I'll take a bid of 14.5. You are getting $25,000 worth of value. The Masai Mara, considered by many of the finest game reserves on the continent. It gets you admission to the Giraffe Center, the Sheldrake Elephant Orphanage in Nairobi. It is stunning. 14.5 I have. I've got 14.5 now. Here, $15,000. Can I hear 15,000? $15,000. So we're selling it at okay, I said the first of 15 can have it. Angie, looks like you're going to Africa. Thank you all. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, everybody that bid on that. I really, really, really appreciate it.
Flight Plan. Flight Plan is a stunning painting from a new series by internationally renowned, locally born contemporary artist Ross Penhall. By taking chartered flights in a small plane, the artist was able to spend long periods of time examining the shapes and nuances of color that form the prairie landscape. Patchworks of farmed crops, soft rolling landscapes, winding rivers, and the transience of the prairie sky. Penhall captures this with skill in his colorful oil paintings. This framed 30 by 60 oil on canvas is one-of-a-kind piece that makes a statement in any home, valued at $16,000.
So, here we go. Ross Penhall. Not only a great guy, highly celebrated, internationally renowned, locally born contemporary artist, and also great man, great friend. I love his art. I own some of his art. This painting is amazing. The only thing I can say about this painting is I don't know if it does justice on the screen. It looks phenomenal, but when you see this in real life, it is absolutely stunning. Ross Penhall is amazing. His art's amazing. This is a $16,000 painting. Take a look at it. Hopefully you can see it. And buy this. It's wonderful. $16,000 if you go to his gallery or any gallery, and it's only going to go one way, and that's up. So where would we start with Ross's artwork? Can we hear $10,000 to start me on this? $10,000. It has to go for that. It has to go for $10,000. Can we hear $10,000? Take a look at this painting. It is stunning. $10,000. Can you hear $10,000? Okay, I have a bid of $8,000. I have a firm bid of $8,000 for David Cottrell. Thank you, David. $8,000. Can I hear $9,000 for the Ross Penhall artwork? Incredible piece. I love it. Can I hear $9,000? Must be able to get more than $8,000. Can we hear $9,000? Can we hear $9,000? Anybody? It's the last item we've got tonight. Has to make more than $8,000. Think of what you're doing. Incredible artist for $8,000. Can we hear how about $8,500? Can we hear $8,500 for it? Must be able to get $8,500, $9,000. First and only bid on a Ross Penhall artwork, which is absolutely incredible, for $16,000, and I've got $8,000 only. I must be able to get more than $8,000. Any bids above $8,000? Anybody? I must be able to get more than $8,000. Are we done? I'm going to sell it once for $8,000. I'm going to sell it once for $8,000. Can I hear $9,000? I've got $8,500. Just in time, Michael. Just in time. Just in time. Michael Schuster, $8,500. It is worth every penny of that. It is amazing. $8,500. It's a $16,000 painting. I don't know if I mentioned that. Did I mention how wonderful it is? The size of it, the scale of it. It is a wonderful investment piece. I have an $8,500 bid. Can I hear $9,000? I'm going to wait a moment because I know there may be some challenges getting your bids in. Can I hear $9,000? Somebody, whatever you pay $10,000 for this, you're stealing it. I've got $8,500. David, are you back in? $9,000. Can I hear $9,000 on this painting? Refresh your screen if we're not hearing you or not seeing you. I'm going to sell it once to Michael for $8,500. It's going once for $8,500. It is going twice for $8,500. You're going to regret it. A $16,000 painting, Ross Penhall, $8,500, going for the third and final time. Are we all done at $8,500? You have bought, Michael, an incredible painting at an incredible price. Thank you. Now, we're going to put up something on the screen. I think we had some people that have been waiting patiently. Hello, Kathy. How are you? Oh, there's no. Listen, thank you so much for being here. I know we had to keep you parked for a while, and there's many other people as well. We just had to choose one person. We had a couple of technical difficulties, but it's lovely to see. I love your background. Thank you all. Thank everybody that bid tonight. And it has been an incredible night, and it's been an absolute pleasure to be with you. Thank you to everyone who helped make this fundraising effort a huge success. We could not do it without you. Because of your generous support, we can continue to change the lives of so many incredible young women who will undoubtedly go on to change the world. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for letting me be your auctioneer tonight. Thank you for making me cry with those incredible bids. And I really do look forward to being back with you all in person again next year. I'll see you then, and thank you so, so much. Thank you.
Our job tonight was to connect you more authentically with the girls and the projects that many of you have been contributing to for years. I hope we were able to do that.
As always, our expectations were exceeded, and your generosity will allow us to impact many more brilliant young women and effectively continue to shift the imbalance in gender equity. A huge thank you to all of you again, and to all of our sponsors. Tonight, you made a difference.
The silent auction is staying open till 9 p.m. tonight, so please keep those bids coming in. If you missed any of the fundraising tonight and would like to make a donation, please click on the Fund a Need tab on the auction website to make a contribution. Every single dollar you donate makes a real impact on a young woman's life. What an incredible night it has been. It's been an absolute honor spending it with all of you. Thank you for taking this journey with us and for your incredible generosity. We look forward to seeing you all in person again very soon. Good night.